before to jaw-dropping after. Hi everyone, it's Smitha. Welcome back. Have you ever felt like you want to look just mind-blowing when you walk into a party? I'm going to share some secrets with you where you can ace jaw-dropping transformations. So if you're ready, let's begin. I'm going to start with hydrating my skin, and I'm going to be using the serum stick. This is by Tatcha. I feel like this is one consistent product that I use every single time, no matter what kind of makeup I'm doing. I always start with this. This is going to smooth out your skin, and it's so easy to apply because it's in the form of a stick. It has a balmy consistency and it has skin-loving ingredients, and your skin feels wonderful after using this. All this texture and the bumps that you see on my skin, I want to blur that out. So I'm going to be using a blurring primer. This is the One Size Secure the Blur. Most blurring primers are silicone-based primers. The silicone is going to get in those fine lines and pores and fill everything in to give that smooth surface. So I like to focus the primer first in areas where I have those fine lines and pores. And once I've filled that in, I apply a thin layer all over my face. For foundation, I'm going to be using Fenty. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation, and I'm using the shade 240. Because this foundation is super thick, I'm going to apply a very thin layer. And the shade is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but we can fix that with adding some contour and dimension. And make sure to bring your foundation all the way down to your neck so it matches with your face. For concealer, I'm going to be using my favorite, Milani, in the shade 145, which is warm beige. I'm going to apply it on my uneven skin tone to neutralize as well as conceal it. And I'm going to let it dry just for a little bit, because when it's a little dry, it gives you more coverage when you blend it out. And while it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and add some dimension by contouring my face, for which I'm going to be using Westman Atelier. This is the Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Truffle. As you can see, it's very creamy, it applies beautifully, and you can blend it out effortlessly. If you're looking for a good drugstore dupe, I love Physicians Formula. They have a contour stick that looks like a crayon. It applies and blends beautifully. I'm going to blend everything out with this Milani foundation brush. Now that the concealer is a little bit dry and tacky, I'm using a small concealer brush. This is from Real Techniques, and I'm going to quickly blend the concealer out. And as you can see, that's given full coverage. So always wait for your concealer to dry down a little bit before you blend it out. Now that we've added the contour and all the dimension, the foundation doesn't look as light. From the Cheek Clapper palette from One Size, this is a blush trio. I'm going to be using Choose Me, which is a cream blush, and applying it to the highest points of my cheekbones. And then to set my face and to bring all these colors together, I'm going to be using the One Size Loose Powder. This is in the shade Sweet Honey. I'm going to very lightly set my entire face with a powder brush before I bake my face. Anytime you want to bake your face, make sure you've set your face before you bake it. Otherwise, the powder mixed with the foundation will start looking blotchy. Let me know if you want a separate tutorial just on baking. I'll be happy to do so. Using the Kokie Cosmetics Brow Pencil, I'm going to very lightly fill in my brows, starting with the top portion and then using the spoolie in the back to brush my brow hair upwards and filling in the lower part of my brows. Using again the Milani concealer in the shade Warm Beige, I'm going to clean up underneath the brows by painting my lids so I even out the skin tone. For eyeshadows, I'm going to be using Empowered Palette by Huda Beauty, starting with the shade Keep Going to warm up my crease and outer corner. And that's called eyeshadow framing. You frame the lid and then you start adding other eyeshadows to it. Using the shade Confident, I'm going to deepen the outer corner and the outer crease. I'm also going to be doing the same in my lower lash line. First, starting with Keep Going, I'm going to smoke it out throughout my lower lash line, starting with the outer corner to the inner corner. And then I'm going to dip into Confident, and I'm going to use it to deepen just the outer corner. It's time to sparkle this up and take it to the next level. So I'm going to first dip into Bold Moves and apply it to the inner corner. And then I'm going to dip into Limitless and apply it to the center of the lid with my finger. Again, you can spritz your brush with setting spray and apply it, or just press it in with your finger, just like I'm showing you here, and it's going to appear so much more pigmented. I'm going to dust off all that fallout before I use the shade Confident again in the very outer corner to blend everything in. Using the Stila Matte Stay All Day Liquid Liner, I'm going to pull out a wing, a small one, and line my lash line. And then using the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist pencil in black, I'm going to tightline. Using a little bit of black eyeshadow, I'm going to smoke it right underneath my lower waterline using a small smudge brush. It's time to finish up, so I'm going to first curl my lashes before I use one of my current favorite mascaras. This is the Smashbox Super Fan Mascara. With my lashes, I don't really need a thickening mascara because they're pretty thick, but they fall flat. So I need a lengthening mascara, and this is perfect. And for lashes, I'm going to be using Brazen by Black Label, which has always been my favorite from the get-go. And here is the completed eye look. So clean and classic. You can wear this with any outfit. I'm going to dust off all that excess powder on my face that we'd used for baking before I set my cream blush with a powder blush. Again, from the Cheek Clapper palette, I'm going to be using the shade Pick Me. While it's super pigmented, that shade is absolutely stunning, and One Size products are incredible. Patrick has always come up with the best quality products. With dramatic eye looks, I like to keep my lips understated just to balance everything out. I'm going to first start with the Smashbox lip pencil in Be Legendary. I'm obviously going to use it in the borders and lightly shade it inward so when I apply the lipstick, everything blends in seamlessly. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lipstick in the shade Rose. Tarte just released a sponge tip applicator on the Maracuja Juicy lips and they look incredible. Let me know if you want me to try those. I have super wavy hair, so it's so easy to style it this way. I just add light curls to it, and here is the finished look. My stunning earrings were actually a gift from Kristen Dominic, so thanks to her, it's so beautiful. And I hope you like this look as much as I loved creating this for you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And I love to post more and more videos for you every single week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.